Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday with Allie. I'm Allison Waldman, your guide to the Barbra Streisand Videocast for today is July 7th, July 8th, 2012. I hope you all had a great week. I know I did. And let's get into the news. So Barbra surprised all of us this week, at least she surprised me, by showing up at the Aspen Festival of Ideas in Aspen, Colorado on Tuesday, July 3rd, where she was one of the speakers. She didn't speak long, but she talked about the Women's Cardiac Research Campaign, which she's been spearheading. And she was extremely eloquent, very, very cute, actually. I put it up on the Barbra Files website if you want to check it out. It's also on YouTube, so you can see it there. And Barbra not only sounded great, looked very good, looked ready and, prepared to start filming something very soon. But she also seemed in very, very good spirits. She's talking about a cause that's very important to her. And I think we can count on Barbra not resting as far as the Women's Cardiac Research Campaign goes until there's as much awareness for women's hearts as there is for breast cancer. So good for Barbra, and if you haven't watched the video, treat yourself, go watch it, and you'll smile. You'll not only get a message, but you'll also get a smile. Now, I have some really exciting news regarding Brooklyn and October and Barbra, but it's not about the concert. It's about me. I told you last week that I'm trying to find a place to do a book signing while I'm in New York, someplace where I could take the Barbra Memories book and get it distributed to people, especially my friends from Europe and around the world who might be coming in for the concert and don't want to buy the book online and then have to pay the big shipping charges. So they would like to be able to meet me somewhere in New York, have me sign a copy of the book, buy a copy of the book, and take it home with them and avoid the shipping charges. Well, great news. I found a place. And it is the perfect location, guys. It is Jerry Ollinger's movie material store. Now, Jerry Ollinger's movies material store is a memorabilia shop. They sell all kinds of old Barbra photographs, movie posters, photo boosters from Italy, Japanese programs, you name it, Jerry has it. And Jerry is an old friend of mine. As a matter of fact, I met my husband at Jerry Ollinger's. He worked for Jerry. He worked across the counter, and I would go in and I'd ask to see all the Barbra Streisand photos, and he would show me all the binders, and we got to know each other, and that's how we met. And then he finally asked me out on a date, and then we, after the first date, next thing you know, we were married 22 years. So Jerry Ollinger's is a great spot because not only will you be able to come and meet me, get a copy of the book signed, buy a copy of the book, be able to take it home with you, but if you're in Jerry's, you're going to want to look through Jerry's stuff. And Jerry's got incredible photographs. And a lot of them are reprints, which means you can buy them at a very, very good price. I think, maybe it's like $7 for color, 8x10, might be a little bit more. Jerry does take credit cards. Also, if you contact Jerry in advance, they'll send you their Barbra Streisand list of all the rare movie posters and collectibles they have. So if there's something you're really interested in getting and you've been looking everywhere for it, you could call Jerry's and they will either hold it for you or send you a photograph of it or tell you all about it, and you can put it on reserve. They're very, very cooperative. They're very, very helpful. And Jerry's is also a great location. It's on 35th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue. Not too far from Macy's, not too far from Times Square. So what we're going to do is on Friday, October 12th, in between the Thursday, October 11th concert and the Saturday, October 13th concert on Friday afternoon, probably between, I'd say 2 and 4, maybe 2 and 5. I will be at Jerry's with the books, and I'll be able to sign them and sell them, and you'll be able to come in, meet me, look through Jerry's stuff, have a good time, meet other fans. It's going to be, pretty much a party in the store. So count on that. Reserve the date, October 12th, probably mid-afternoon, either 2 to 4, 2 to 5, something like that. Jerry's doesn't open until 1 o'clock. We'll work out the time, but I'm definitely certain it's going to be that Friday afternoon because that avoids all the other Barbra events that are going on. And we will have a great time, okay? If you want to call Jerry's in advance to get, to get that list of Barbra memorabilia, the number is 212-989-0869. And online, it's Jerry Ohlinger's, that's OHLINGERS, Movie Material Store. They have a website. You can find the number. You can contact them. They're very, very friendly, cooperative. You can tell them that Allison sent you, Allison Waldman sent you, the Barbra Streisand contact, and they'll be even nicer to you because we're old friends. So, great news, right, guys? Now, back to Barbra. Shall we go back to Barbra? There was some more of the Larry Kramer business this week, which is just getting really tedious. Paul Katz did a very nice op-ed piece on Huffington Post, sort of echoing some of the things that I had said on my podcast last week, that, Larry should really just shut up, okay? I mean, it's like you're getting your movie made, Ryan Murphy's making your film. Isn't that enough? Is it still necessary to constantly go after Barbra? Barbra issued a truth alert. She told her side of the story. It should be over now. Julia Roberts, Mark Ruffalo, Jim Parsons, Matt Bomer, all these wonderful people, Alec Baldwin, they're going to be in the movie. Ryan Murphy's going to direct it. He's writing it. Larry Kramer should be happy as a clam that his normal heart is finally going to be made into the film. Leave Barbra alone. Barbra is moving on. Barbra's got plans of her own now. She's got things she wants to do. And no, Larry, she's not building a house. She's not creating a new rose. She's not writing a new book. No, Barbra has got Brooklyn concerts in October, followed by Gypsy pre-production, followed by the Guilt Trip being released at Christmas time, followed by Gypsy filming in 2013. So let's all move on, shall we? Speaking of which, I have heard some really, really good stuff about the Guilt Trip. Apparently, Paramount is extremely, we know Paramount's high on this film. They wouldn't have moved it till Christmas if they didn't think they had a winner. Now, we are very, very frustrated because we haven't seen photos from the movie, we haven't seen a teaser, we haven't seen a trailer, we haven't seen nothing. But there is a method to their madness because right now they don't want to release any information too soon because this is a Christmas movie release. And if they start releasing stuff now in July, it's going to get stale. And they don't want it to get stale. They want it to be fresh. They want it to be exciting. So here's what I understand is the plan. Watch for September. In September, Barbra's going to be releasing her From the Vaults or Release Me CD. With that is going to be coming Barbra pre-publicity for the Guilt Trip. The trailer, the teaser, the poster, the photos will all start coming out in September. Then in October, when she does the concert, there'll be more and more talk about Guilt Trip, and there'll be Guilt Trip on your mind, and a lot of Barbra information. There's going to be a lot of Barbra 50th anniversary stuff in the fall. It's all coming together. We just have to wait through this sort of long summer of, trying to be patient, The fact of the matter is, we are not patient. We're all impatient. We all want it now. We see the trailer for The Great Gatsby. We see the trailer for Les Mis. We see the trailer for Django Unchained. And we say, Where's the guilt trip? Where's the guilt trip? Well, the guilt trip is coming. Okay? Just calm down. And like I told you, I'm also hearing nothing but really, really positive stuff about Gypsy. And by the way, on today's thought of the day on the Barbra Files, I have to thank my good friend Sal LaBarbera of Barbra Timeless, who sent me a clip of from The Love Boat, 1982. It was Carol Channing, Ethel Merman, Della Reese, and Ann Miller singing I'm the Greatest Star. Go to the Barbra Files, or you can go to Barbra Timeless, watch the clip. It is a hoot, guys. You will crack up. It is such fun to hear those ladies sing I'm the Greatest Star and think about Barbra's version. It's hilarious. So that's your joke of the day, or your fun of the day. Let me see what's on my list here. I know I'm leaving something out. No, actually I'm not. Everything, like I said, is going really well. I wanted to give you an update. The Barbra Memories book. Some people have written me and asked if they could have a little bit more time. Here's the deal. I'm going to give you guys as much time as I possibly can. At a certain point, we're going to have to, cut it off. Because the book is, I'm working with my designer. We're working on getting the book designed and written and edited all at the same time. I still have to send releases to everybody who's finally going to be in the book and get all the releases back before we can publish. So watch for that to happen very, very soon. But everything is going really, really well with Barbra Memories. I don't know if we're going to limit it to 50 stories or not. We might go a little bit over depending on the quality. I have gotten some wonderful stories. I've gotten, young, old, near, far, you name it. The one thing I haven't gotten yet, and I'm going to tell you this is the truth, because I only tell you guys the truth. I haven't gotten one African-American Barbra Streisand fan yet. And that bothers me. I've gotten Oriental fans, Asian fans rather. I've gotten, Indonesian fans. I've gotten people of all ethnicities, all kinds of ages and diversities. But where's my African American? I know you're out there. I know you're out there. Maybe you're watching. And if you are, I'm encouraging you. Please share your story with me. Because I would like to know everybody's story. And everybody's story is fascinating. You'd be surprised how many people discovered Barbra at a very young age. Whether it's 12 or 13. Some people found Barbra when they were like 7 or 8 years old. But when you find Barbra, she fills a place in your heart, in your soul. She feeds your soul. It's something about her voice and her personality, and she just, I've decided that it's something that comes through not just in the choices of the songs she sings and the way she interprets them and the characters she chooses to play. It's Barbra's entire persona. It's when you start reading her interviews and you start learning what kind of a person she is. She's very inspiring. And she's become a role model to many, many people. And I just feel like this book is going to be such a revelation, not only to other fans, but to Barbra herself. I mean, I think Barbra's going to read this and just be, wow. I mean, if she has any doubt that she's made a difference in this world, this book is going to show her that she has. These people's lives have been changed thanks to Barbra Streisand. So, anyway, I hope you've had, like I said, a really, really good week. Since I, told you that we can now go over 15 minutes, we're talking now about 14 minutes, so this is my usual time to wrap it up. But I'm going to go a few minutes extra, just for the heck of it. Some people have been asking me about, other, Barbra issues, and somebody asked me a question about Barbra's politics. Now, that's always a hot button issue. And the person wanted to know, it was my friend John McCachran, why is it that Barbra only seemed to become a politically polarizing figure in the 1990s? Why, in 1972, she was campaigning for, George McGovern, who's a very liberal Democratic candidate. She, campaigned for Bella Abzug. She was, pro-Israel. She espoused liberal politics all through these years. She was part of the civil rights movement. She sang for the civil rights movement. But for some reason, Barbra was never seen as a politically polarizing figure until the 1990s. And John asked me, why? And I think I have the answer. The reason is, in America, politics changed in the 1990s with the election of Bill Clinton. It created this schism, this chasm of red states, blue states, conservatives versus liberals. Either you were on one side, the right side, or the left side. Either you were, for this or against this. And they created a greater and greater gap so that moderation lost its place. You could no longer be a moderate. You couldn't be, well, I'm pro-Israel, but I'm anti-abortion. Or I'm, for the, I want to vote for a Republican senator, but a Democratic president. You became, everybody took sides. And in the process of taking sides, Barbra Streisand was put on one side. And the side she was put on was the liberal left, the blue states. And she became a target because she had a very, she was a very vocal and very prominent symbol of a pro-Clinton liberal Democrat. As Barbra said, she was a feminist, liberal, Jewish woman, and she pushed a lot of buttons. And it's true, she did. Now, you might say, well, why? There are other women that were, politically strong and active and certainly spoke out as much as Barbra. Why was Barbra picked out? Well, guys, think about it. Barbra had a power that a Jane Fonda or a Bella Abzug or, Gloria Steinem didn't have. Barbra had her voice, and Barbra could sing. And with that singing, she raised money. And in going back to 1986 with One Voice, she helped elect Democratic senators to keep the Senate Democrat. And because she did, that changed the balance of power. So you see, by attacking Barbra, they were attacking somebody who had a lot of influence. And influence in the ability to raise money. And money equals power in American politics, I'm sorry to say. And it's still true now. Barbra is still attacked now because all she has to do is open her mouth and sing for a cause she believes in, and she will raise money. I mean, look, she just did it with the Women's Heart Center. She raised $20 million for the Women's Cardiac Center at Cedars-Sinai, which has now been named the Barbra Streisand Women's Cardiac Center at Cedars-Sinai. But she did it because she agreed to sing and hosted a party at her house. That's very powerful. Now, when Barbra chooses to use that power to sing for a candidate, it doesn't always work as far as getting the candidate elected, but it does help them fund their election campaign, which is why right now the Obama campaign is really hoping that Barbra will sing for them in September. I don't know whether she will or not. She's going to be pretty busy in September. But if she does, she's being asked because of the power she has to raise money. So that's my story for the day, my interpretation of the day. Feel free to write me back if you disagree with me. Certainly people have started to disagree with me, which I guess is a sign that I'm starting to make some impact. And I hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Sunday with Allie, the Barbra Streisand Videocast for July 8th, 2012. And I'll be back next week with more. Hopefully I'll have more exciting news. Hopefully we'll get some more interesting stuff from Barbra this week. Who knows? Maybe they'll drop a few little photos of Guilt Trip on us, You never know. Till then, this is Allie Waldman signing off, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.